പോളണ്ടിനെ പറ്റി നീ ഒരക്ഷരം മിണ്ടരുത്.
This must be the most iconic dialogue from Sandesham. But what makes it so iconic? To understand that, we have to understand the year it was made, 1991. India is in the middle of a severe balance of payments crisis. The government has just approached the IMF for an emergency loan. To secure it, India has physically shipped 67 tons of gold to the Bank of England as collateral, a moment that has caused genuine national shame. The rupee has been devalued. The Congress government under P.V. Narasimha Rao and Manmohan Singh is about to begin the most dramatic economic liberalization in Indian history. Meanwhile, the Soviet Union is collapsing. Poland has just elected Lech Walesa, a trade union leader, as president, ousting the communists and pivoting to free markets. Romania has had its revolution. Hungary was reburying Imre Nagy, the reformist leader who had been executed after the 1956 uprising and was now being rehabilitated as a national hero. And closer to home, Rajiv Gandhi had just been assassinated, and there was massive sympathy for the Congress. This led to the UDF achieving a shocking victory in the 1991 Kerala Assembly elections. The portrayal of this slice of Kerala's political history so memorably is what makes Sandesham such a great watch. And the true art is in the way the debate plays out. Let's go through this scene beat by beat because it's not one argument, it's three. Prabhakaran wins the first, abandons the second, and gets destroyed in the third. The argument that Prabhakaran was winning. Prabhakaran starts strong. The IMF loan, the gold shipment, the rupee devaluation, these are all real grievances. And in 1991, they resonated with the ordinary public across India. When Prabhakaran says, he is not wrong. Prakashan's counter is a politician's answer. It sounds confident but proves nothing. At this point in the scene, Prabhakaran is ahead. Prabhakaran is winning this debate because of something called Realpolitik critique, attacking a government not on ideological grounds but on the immediate material consequences of its decisions. Price, job, dignity. It is the most difficult form of political criticism to deflect because it is grounded in lived experience rather than theory. Prabhakaran's opening move is Realpolitik critique. The gold is gone, the rupee is worth less. These are facts, and Prakashan has no good answer to the facts. Only Vagdanangal. But this is where the scene turns. Prakashan isn't just taunting his brother. He's jabbing at a specific wound. The LDF called the election early. They were too confident, and they lost it badly. Unable to bear the reality of having lost the election, Prabhakaran takes the conversation outside India to hint at foul play.
കുത്തക മുതലാളിമാരായ അമേരിക്ക ഒരു പാവ ഗവൺമെന്റിനെ സൃഷ്ടിച്ചു. റുമേനിയയിലും മറ്റൊന്നല്ല സംഭവിച്ചത്. ജർമ്മനിയെ നിങ്ങൾ തകർത്തു. പക്ഷെ വിയറ്റ്നാമിലെയും കംബോഡിയയിലെയും വടക്കൻ കൊറിയയിലെയും ജനങ്ങൾ ഞങ്ങളുടെ ആവേശമാണെന്ന് നീ മനസ്സിലാക്കി. ഇവിടുത്തെ കാര്യം പറയുമ്പോൾ എന്തിനാ അന്താരാഷ്ട്രത്തിലേക്ക് ഓടുന്നത്? മനുഷ്യന്റെ കഥ എല്ലായിടത്തും ഒന്നാണടാ.
There are two concepts at play here. Whataboutism, a rhetorical strategy of deflecting legitimate criticism by pointing to a comparable wrongdoing by the opponent. It does not refute the original argument. It changes the subject. This is what he's doing, exiting the current sphere of discussion and moving to foreign soil. And then there is motivated reasoning, the psychological process of working backwards from a conclusion you need to be true, selecting evidence that confirms it and dismissing evidence that doesn't. The conclusion isn't reached by following the argument. The argument is constructed to protect the conclusion. Prabhakaran cannot process the election result as information about public opinion. It has to be evidence of manipulation, capitalist interference, bourgeois media influence, anything but a legitimate verdict. But what makes Sreenivasan's writing brilliant is that Prabhakaran doesn't just deflect, he escalates. He says,
International politics
it is the single worst decision in the debate because Prakashan, as it turns out, has been waiting exactly for this invitation. Hungary, then Poland. Prakashan goes to Hungary first. Imre Nagy, the Hungarian reformist leader who tried to pull Hungary out of the Warsaw Pact in 1956, was captured by Soviet forces, executed in secret, and buried in an unmarked grave. And then, in 1989, he was exhumed, reburied with full state honors, and the new government declared him as a national hero as Hungary's communist collapsed. Prakashan describes this with devastating simplicity.
മൂരാച്ചി എന്ന് മുദ്ര കുത്തപ്പെട്ട 40 കൊല്ലം കുറ്റവാളിയായി ശവപ്പെട്ടി കിടന്ന നേതാവിനെ സത്യം മനസ്സിലാക്കിയ ജനങ്ങൾ പുറത്തെടുത്തുകൊണ്ട് ആദരിച്ചില്ല മനുഷ്യ.
Prabhakaran goes silent. What Prakashan did is called the setup punch, a rhetorical technique in which a speaker lands a preparatory blow to destabilize the opponent before delivering the decisive argument. The first hit isn't meant to finish, it's meant to remove the ability to defend against the second. Hungary is the setup punch. Prabhakaran has no answer to it. He was not expecting his brother to know about Imre Nag. He opened an international battlefield confident he would be the more informed combatant. And Prakashan has just demonstrated that he is equally armed. That moment of silence is everything. It tells us that Prakashan's next move will be unopposable. And Prabhakaran knows that too.
ഇനിയും ചോദിക്കേ പറയാം, പോളണ്ടിൽ എന്ത് സംഭവിച്ചു?
Prakashan does not wait for an answer. He answers it himself.
സോളിഡാരിറ്റിയും ലാവലേസും കൂടി കുതിച്ചു കയറി അടിയറവ് പറയിപ്പിച്ചില്ലേ?
And Prabhakaran, who opened this debate with a coherent, grounded, winnable argument about IMF debt, can only say,
പോളണ്ടിനെ പറ്റി ഇനി നീ മിണ്ടിപ്പോയി ഞാൻ സഹിക്കില്ല.
when Prabhakaran says പോളണ്ടിനെ കുറിച്ച് ഒരു അക്ഷരം മിണ്ടരുത്, he is not making an argument. He is not even pretending to make one. He is telling his brother that this particular piece of reality is not permitted at this table. This is political tribalism at its most exposed. The tribe requires its members to be loyal to the narrative, not the facts. And when the facts become too loud to ignore, the only response available is,
പോളണ്ടിനെ പറ്റി നീ ഒരു അക്ഷരം മിണ്ടരുത്, എനിക്കത് ഇഷ്ടമല്ല.